The domain of education, with its structured teachings, examinations, and the emphasis on rote memorization, has its roots deeply embedded in military traditions, showcasing a direct lineage to practices of discipline and control reminiscent of enslavement. This historical underpinning reveals how education has evolved, not merely as a means of imparting knowledge, but as a tool for shaping and standardizing thought, embodying a form of intellectual uniformity that mirrors the physical uniformity seen in dress codes and regimented schedules. The very act of learning, which ideally should be an exploration of freedom and individual growth, has been co-opted into a mechanism for molding minds in a collective image. The insistence on a universal educational trajectory, culminating in university education for all, further exemplifies this drive towards homogenization. It overlooks the rich diversity of human ambition and the myriad paths to fulfillment that exist outside the academic realm. Not everyone's aspirations or contributions to society are best served by the attainment of a degree, yet the prevailing educational narrative scarcely acknowledges this, favoring a one-size-fits-all approach that inevitably sidelines those whose talents and interests lie beyond the conventional academic spectrum. The use of uniforms and the propagation of specific dogmas within educational institutions are not merely about instilling a sense of belonging or promoting discipline. They serve as potent symbols of conformity, erasing individuality and enforcing a monolithic identity among students. This strategy of control extends beyond the physical to the cognitive, as students are encouraged, explicitly and implicitly, to adopt uniform ways of thinking and valuing the world. The educational system, in its current form, often prioritizes compliance over creativity, memorization over critical thinking, thereby conditioning students to accept rather than question, to follow rather than lead. The critique of education as it stands is not a dismissal of learning or the pursuit of knowledge. Rather, it is a call to recognize and challenge the ways in which educational practices can veer into the realm of control and conformity, suppressing the diversity of thought and experience that truly enriches society. It invites a reimagining of education as a space of genuine exploration, where learning is driven by curiosity and the desire to understand, rather than by the need to conform. In such a space, education becomes a liberating force, unlocking the potential of every individual to contribute uniquely to the tapestry of human endeavor. The meticulous segmentation of time into periods, the regimentation of the school day, and the cyclical nature of academic years are not merely organizational tools. They are manifestations of an underlying desire to control and predict the educational journey. This temporal structuring imposes a rhythm that prioritizes efficiency and coverage of predetermined content over the natural inclinations and rhythms of individual learners. It often leaves little room for reflection, spontaneity, or the pursuit of intellectual tangents, thereby stifling the creative impulses that are essential for genuine discovery and innovation. Similarly, the elevation of certain texts to the status of unquestionable authorities narrows the intellectual landscape. While there is undeniable value in engaging with foundational works and ideas, the problem arises when the curriculum becomes a closed canon, impervious to critique or supplementation with diverse perspectives. This not only impoverishes the educational experience by excluding voices and ideas that could challenge and enrich students' understanding, but also instills a passive acceptance of established truths. Creativity thrives on the questioning of assumptions and the exploration of alternative viewpoints. Yet, when education venerates a fixed corpus of knowledge, it inadvertently teaches students to seek answers rather than to ask questions. Against this backdrop, The future of education may well lie in self-learning platforms that embrace the true nature of individual learners. Such platforms could represent a radical departure from traditional education, prioritizing personalization over standardization and curiosity-driven exploration over curriculum compliance. By leveraging technology, these platforms could offer adaptive learning paths that respond to the interests, pace, and evolving needs of each learner, thereby fostering an environment where education is a journey of self-discovery rather than a one-way transmission of knowledge. Self-learning platforms have the potential to democratize education, making it accessible to diverse populations across geographical and socio-economic boundaries. They can offer a wide range of resources, from interactive modules and video lectures to forums for discussion and collaboration, thus catering to different learning styles and preferences. By centering the learner's innate curiosity and potential for innovation, education can transcend its historical constraints and emerge as a force for true personal and societal transformation. Integrating artificial intelligence, AI, into the vision of future education transforms the landscape even further, positioning AI as a pivotal tool in the democratization and personalization of learning. Much like the calculator once revolutionized mathematics by obviating the need for rote memorization of tables, and the smartphone brought the vast expanse of human knowledge to our fingertips, AI promises to be the interface of the future that transcends traditional educational barriers, including those imposed by language, with the potential to tailor educational content to the needs of each learner, adapting in real time to their understanding and interests. This personalization extends beyond mere academic content to include the learning environment itself, where AI could modify the pace of instruction, the complexity of materials, and even the mode of delivery to suit the learner's preferences and optimal learning times. Through real-time translation services and language learning applications, AI can bridge the divides between cultures, making high-quality education accessible in any language. This not only enhances the learning experience for non-native speakers, but also fosters a more inclusive educational community that values diversity of thought and perspective. In a world where information is readily available, the role of education shifts to teaching students how to navigate, interpret, and apply this information in innovative and ethical ways. AI, with its capabilities for data analysis, pattern recognition, and predictive modeling, can be an invaluable ally in this endeavor, providing students with the tools they need to tackle complex problems and generate new knowledge. The role of teachers evolves in this scenario. They become facilitators and mentors who guide students in their use of AI tools for learning, ensuring that the human element remains at the core of education. We are looking at a paradigm where the traditional systems of education, with their rigid structures and one-size-fits-all approaches, become obsolete. Instead, education becomes a lifelong, accessible, and deeply personal journey, where barriers to learning are continuously dismantled and the full potential of every individual can be realized.